How do you solve a problem like a reading slump? Yeah, you've seen the title and you know the drill, spooks. Welcome to my reading slump solver video slash series, potentially, depending on if this is successful or not. Let's hope it is. It is no surprise that after my TBR shelf challenge finished on the 30th of June, I went into a full-on reading slump. And it will not be a surprise to you by the time this video comes out, but you will have seen in my TBR game for August that I failed my TBR game for July. Obviously. I knew, I think about a week in, that this was not going to happen because I think I took maybe 10 days to read one book, and it was a short book, and it was a 5-star. So it's not like I wasn't enjoying it, I could not. So we're gonna get a little bit creative and solve this slump. So classic disclaimer, these are the ideas that I have discovered and I'm gonna try and use to solve my slump. These may not work for you at all. I may be barking up the wrong asparagus, and if you don't know that niche reference, that hurts my feelings. And this is an intro, as in I'm not retrospectively filming this intro, this is the start of the challenge. So I don't even know if this is gonna work for me. We'll figure it out together, I guess. So please feel free to write some comments down below on what doesn't work for you when you're in a reading slump. I would genuinely love to know, because I imagine this will not be the last slump that I encounter. And so I would like to have some other ideas, and maybe I will do a part 2 at a later date when I find myself in a slump again. Using your ideas. Thank you. Okay, before we get into the 5 steps I have of solving my slump, I've just got a few hints, tips and tricks that I'm going to follow throughout this challenge. So they're not necessarily steps, but they're just things that will be a given throughout this challenge. So first up, I will not be having any reading evenings. I am a sucker for a reading evening where I've got 4 hours by myself to just chill, and so I end up just having a book next to me whilst I'm watching TV, and I'm classing that as reading. Buddy, that's not reading, that's not counting. And if anything, that's making me feel worse because I'm then like, oh, you really should be reading. No, if you want to watch TV, just watch TV, Jess. You are in control, you have free will. This is not Sims. You can just watch TV, you don't have to be reading. But if you are reading, I'm talking to you like you're me. If I am reading, then I'm going to be setting aside time to just read. So I think I've been falling victim to reading whilst doing something else, and then I end up just focusing on the other thing. So it's not working, and it's making me feel bad about myself. We're gonna stop doing that. So if I'm reading, I will be giving myself half an hour at absolute most to just focus on reading. So headphones in are fine, but nothing distracting. So nothing on the TV, no iPad set up, just reading. Or if I'm doing something different with an audiobook in, also fine. But nothing longer than an hour because I don't want to burn myself out. My second tip, which is just for me really, is that I'm going to be filming everything, and that really helps me and keeps me accountable because I'm like, someone, somewhere, right? Someone's watching this. Hi, if it's you, that one person, but someone will watch this, so that gives me the motivation to do the thing that I'm filming. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I used to enjoy this. I like reading. That's my personality. Why am I in a slump? So that's really going to help me power through. And you know, on reflection, there is probably some workaholic people pleaser problem in me where I can only really succeed in something if I am challenged or pressured to do it, and it makes somebody else get some enjoyment out of it. You know what? There's something probably to unpack there, but I'm gonna worry about that another day. Right now we've got a job to do. Therein probably lies the problem, but cut. Thirdly, which by the way is a horrible word, and I hate that I've even said it. This probably goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway because, you know, you're not the boss of me. If I want to say it, I'm going to say it. I am going to be focusing even more so on my mental well-being. In fact, my well-being in general, my mental well-being, my physical well-being, my spiritual well-being. I'm just going to focus on me and make sure that I am looking after myself and being the best version of myself, put my best self forwards before I am reading. In June, I think I focused so much on reading that I forgot to do everything else that made me happy. We're not going to be doing that again. We're going to focus on reading, complementing my already beautiful, squishy, lovely life That's the plan anyway. So I will still be exercising, I will still be eating beautiful, nutritious, delicious meals, I will still be downing cinnamon buns and coffee because joy. Because joy. In general, a reading slump is bad for my brain. I'm not enjoying the thing that I love doing, and then I'm making myself also feel bad for not doing the thing that I love doing. So the moral of the story is I'm going to be extra kind to myself this month, this challenge, this period, and make sure I'm putting my well-being first. Okay, on to the 5 steps of solving my slump. Slippery snake. Let's go. Step 1, multitask. Sounds counterproductive, but hear me out, okay? If I can be doing something else whilst listening to an audiobook, for example, I think I'm going to enjoy the process of reading a bit more because there's less pressure on sitting there in silence and reading my physical book, which, by the way, might also work for me. I don't know. I guess you'll know before I know, or we'll know at the same time. Wait, how does this work? Time doesn't exist. Time is not linear. Someone may already know. Are you clairvoyant? Jess. Mario, have a word with me. Come here. And no. Oh, you big baby boy. Oh, you big baby boy. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Okay, sorry. Oh, that was a mistake, wasn't it? What was I saying? Multitasking. So, caveat is, this process only really works for me if I'm already probably 50% of the way into a book and I'm interested. If it's a book I'm not that invested in, I will end up multitasking but not listening, just ignoring it. So it needs to be a book that I'm very invested in. It also doesn't work if it's a book that I need to use my big brain cells for. So a heavy fantasy or literary fiction, historical fiction, anything that requires a lot of critical thinking and remembering and stuff, that's not going to work. It needs to be not light and fluffy, but something a little bit more digestible. So that is the plan, but whilst I'm listening to said audiobook, which is not selected yet, I will be doing something, I don't know, crafty. I need to finish my embroidery. I'm so close. But the crafty group that I go to is on hiatus until September, so I am not doing anything. I could just be doing it at home, but I'm not. Look how close I am. Wait, focus please, thank you. I also have another one, so I can be focusing on that whilst listening to my audiobook, but it could also be going for a walk, doing my exercises, tidying up the house. I can also do some scrapbooking. Anything that doesn't require much thinking would be perfect, and I can still listen and still do the thing, and we'll get straight back into reading. Let's try it.
I don't know if I'm the one you want. Should I go, or should I leave this on? Because lately I've been getting this feeling that you might like me too. And just maybe I could take a little risk for you. Make me move.
Did that work? No? No problem. Step 2, we will be keeping it short. Short, sweet, simple. I'm talking novella, graphic novel, manga, memoir, poetry. Something short that is easy digestible, because I find that completing the book gives me the motivation to continue reading something else. So I need that little boost of serotonin, that little win of finishing something. So keeping it short, I've got a few options. In My Hands is not the correct option, but I did finish this just yesterday, and oh my gosh, I don't rate graphic novels because it's very hard to rate a story and artwork simultaneously, so I just don't. But I can tell you that this was a joy to read, and I immediately, in fact, whilst I was possibly halfway through, I ordered the sequel, and it does arrive today. So I read Garlic and the Vampire by Brie Paulson, but I do have arriving today Garlic and the Witch. So that could be a contender. That would be very nice. I also have, I've definitely spoken about this book before, and I'm not going to pick it up because I'm confident it's dusty. Sorry if you're watching this, friend. I borrowed Geo from Junji Ito from my friend Josh, and that was several months ago, and I haven't read it yet or returned it, so I need to do that. I've kept it on my desk at like where my hand has to go to touch my mouse every single day so that I'll remember to read it, and I still haven't read it. But I'm going to. That would be a very quick read, a quick win, boost of serotonin, boost. There is one other option. There are 2 other options. This cover is so effing cute. This is Unfamiliar by Hayley Newsome. It is a graphic novel. So cute. I love when it's in colour as well. Stunning. And then I also have, and there's a word for this kind of novel. What did you call that? It's like a light novel, but it's not a light novel, is it? Oh, it literally says in the back light novel. And I have The Haunted Bookstore by Shino Bamaru. Hope I'm pronouncing that vaguely correctly. And I do believe it is a manga, but I bought the wrong thing and I ended up buying the light novel by accident, so it has got words in it, which wasn't quite what I was looking for, but it's got words and I can read words. I am a reader. I'm illiterate. Cool. I hate to out myself like this. I am literate. Yeah, but it is quite short, you know, emphasis on the word light. So that could be a contender for something short and sweet. Let's give it a go and let's see what I read. Oh my gosh. I forgot to mention this. Oh, I saw Jan Agaton, I think, from the YouTubes reading this. And it, first of all, the cover. Yes. We All Rot Eventually. A horror novella. She's teeny tiny. And oh my god, yes. Short and sweet. Packs a punch. Could read it in an hour. Obsessed. Okay, now let's go read.
I'm so sick of hiding it. My heart's not in it, and I don't think it's ever been. And I'm tired of fighting. Can hate that I've been lying for all of these years. You asked me all about her, and I said you got nothing to fear. That I'd let her go. And it's not okay, it's not alright. I held you close when I was down, but honestly, it was always gonna be somebody else. I just tried to feel something I only felt.
Okay, step 3, hear me out. It's a little bit rogue. Some of you watching may be like, absolutely the heck not, I don't think so. But I'm gonna give it a go. And that is non-fiction. Wait, don't go. Stay with me, please. Bear with me for just a moment. I feel like when I'm in a mild slump, if I put fiction to one side and read a subject that I am so deeply interested in and enthralled by, that can get me hooked back on reading. So it has to be a very specific subject. I have tried self-help books in the past, and while sometimes they're quite an enjoyable read, I'm looking for a macabre, dark, horrid subject to get me super invested. I am deeply obsessed with the Morbid podcast. I will link it down below if you've not heard of it before. Obsessed. Love it so much. I've listened to almost every single episode, and there are many. And they made reference to, and I was aware of the story previously, the Radium Girls. So I really want to read this book here. I'll put the cover. Editing Jess, you got that? Cool, thank you. I really want to read that. Maybe if I listen to it, that might be quite nice, and I can do something else, even my spooky embroidery, whilst listening to something extremely macabre and morbid. Macabre? Macabre. That's a weird word to say. Yes, I'm so interested in the story and how badly these people were treated, and everything that came afterwards, everything that led up to the situation, everything during, the legalities of everything. Yeah. Could not be more invested. So I think that's the perfect thing to get me out of this reading slump, is to get me super invested in something that is true. We will go back to fiction straight away afterwards, I'm sure, but let's give it a go. I'm pretty sure I've got credits on Audible, so I'm going to download it. Let's do that. I'm excited for this.
When we started drinking, I know it isn't fair, 'cause I've been selfish and I wasn't thinking. I still love someone else. I just tried to feel something that wasn't there, no. 'Cause you were never mine, I was never yours. I was never yours. No, I was never yours. I was never yours.
Step 4. I am going to try and read a thriller book. Step 4 is a little out of my comfort zone. Not to say step 3 wasn't, but step 4 really kind of is. Now, by nature, a thriller should be a page turner, right? You should be desperate to see what's going to happen next. Therefore, they become very fast-paced books. So you get through them quite quickly, you can't put them down. That's what I want to get to. So, whilst I know nothing really about thriller books, I'm going to be asking for some recommendations, and then I might go to the library and get those out, because the problem with a thriller is I don't think I would ever reread it. Not that I've ever it's the remix. Not that I've ever reread a book in my life, but I would not reread a thriller, and I probably wouldn't loan it out either. So what is the point in owning it? There is none. I'm probably going to get it from the library. So wish me luck. I don't know what to expect.
Don't forget to breathe. Breathe. 'Cause
I hope this is very, very good, and it's worth paying the £4 that I just paid. I'm gonna go make a coffee and start reading. Right, momentarily excuse this video quality, because when I've got my lamp on it makes the lighting go really funny. But a horror has just occurred, and not the good kind. I bought We Had to Remove This Post because I was told that it was a thriller book, but when I've actually gone to Goodreads, it does not say thriller anywhere. It says horror. It actually doesn't say thriller at all. It says it's a chilling novel. It just sounds a bit like a thriller. Yeah, no, it does sound a bit like a thriller. I'm gonna have to read it now and confirm. The fact that I just paid £4 for it means that I'm going to have to finish it. So, oh, it's been translated. Anyway, so it may not be the exact thriller that I was thinking of, but maybe if you are a thriller reader, could you use this opportunity, please, to comment down below a actually good thriller book that I need to read, because the internet has failed me, not for the first time. But let's carry on. I'm kind of intrigued now.
making me so cynical. I don't see this working anymore. I'm just sitting here killing time. Yeah, I know this world is beautiful, but I barely see it anymore. Go ahead, watch me walking out the door. I'm letting you go this time.
We've made it to step 5, the one I am very excited about, but a little bit apprehensive. I mentioned it when I was talking about step 4, that I do not reread books. Very rarely. I would like to, I just feel like there isn't enough time in my life, and I'm going to get existential on you just for a minute. And I have so many books on my shelf that I'm so desperate to read, but not enough time to read them all, so why would I go back to an old one? Well, I'll tell you the answer. The answer is for joy. For joy and to get yourself out of a slump. So here we are. Step 5 is reread an old favourite. And when I say reread, I don't just mean pick that book up, sit down and give it a read. I'm going to immerse myself in this world. Now I know how the story ends. I know exactly the ambiance and the atmosphere that I require to enjoy that book. So for example, I don't know if this is going to be the one I will reread, but for example, should I wish to read Emily Wilde, I would want to read it outside. Outside in the sunshine, a little bit of a breeze, like on a picnic blanket with a cup of tea, like a proper cup of tea outside. Do you know what I mean? That feels quintessentially Emily. Yeah. Maybe flowy dress, that might be taking it too far. That's how I would immerse myself. And I would audiobook whilst physically reading. I don't know why I'm giving you hand gestures, but in case you need to visualize how I wear my headphones and how I physically read, that is it. And I'm trying not to move my hands now. This feels very solemn. And I will be tabbing it and annotating the heck out of it. I do have a couple of copies of Emily Wilde's Numero Uno. Numero Uno or Numero 2? Or maybe the second one actually. Maybe it's the second one, I don't know. So I could full on annotate with a pencil and sticky tabs, and I'm quite excited by that prospect. It might not be Emily Wilde, I might try Circe, or maybe something a little quicker. That's my plan for rereading. I'm going to pick something that I once rated 5 stars, I once absolutely loved, and I'm going to fully immerse myself in that book. Wish me luck. I'm so excited to reread this one. I read this, I think maybe in 2023? Maybe 2022, and it is The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Khaw. It is a horror at its core, but it also has mermaids and also a plague doctor, and I honestly don't know what it is about, but I remember loving it. I can't remember, so this is perfect time to reread. I spoke about this book just last night with my friend Eden because we both really want to read The Library at Helvor, and I do now have that. It arrived the other day, so I'm so excited to read that. But first of all, I just want to take a very quick little dip back into Cassandra Khaw's brain because the way they write horror is impeccable. Perfect no notes kind of impeccable. They write such visceral, horrible, disgusting descriptions. I will find examples as we reread this together, but it is truly disgusting and I can't wait. I can't wait to reread it. I'm gonna get spooky. I'm gonna light this candle and I'm going to give it the attention it fully deserves. I might even put some spooky music on in the background. Let's get into it. Dark Woods Atmosphere Reading Instrumental Halloween Spooky. It's a stunning title, and that's what we're gonna go with. Let's read.
You got somewhere to be. I've been floating out in space. I thought I'd write to you in case you felt alone, just like me with this anxiety. Is it all a simulation? Ones and zeros in an empty basement. I wish I could be with you again, 'cause I'm lonely as ever.
And how to solve a problem like a reading slump is complete. I am in this strange location in my house because it's the only place where the fan is on me at full intensity, and that's what I need today because it is the hottest day of the year so far. Maybe, don't quote me on that. Anyway, the challenge is complete. I won't be doing book reviews, so if I made any reference in previous clips that I will be doing that, I'm so sorry, I am a liar. I will be doing a quarterly wrap up though, so I'll be talking about the books at that point. So you'll just have to come back and tune into those. But I will say how I thought the challenge went step by step. So step 1 was multitask, and obviously I didn't get to go on any walks because I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I broke my foot. So I did play Sims, I embroidered, is that the right word? I don't know. And I think that was that it for multitasking? Maybe, can't remember. But did step 1 work? Yes, it did. Now I knew that this would be probably one of my favourite steps because that's something I enjoy doing, and it did help me make some really good progress with the books I was reading, and I was already invested in the book before I started doing that multitasking, so that was the key. Very much enjoyed doing step 1. Step 2 was short and sweet books, and I read Garlic and the Witch and Garlic and the Vampire, other way around, Garlic and the Vampire, Garlic and the Witch. Garlic and the Vampire was pre-recording this, I think, so I don't think I included any clips. But Garlic and the Witch very much was for this challenge, and I loved it. I'm really enjoying graphic novels at the moment, especially if they're kind of cozy, fantasy, witchy, spooky things. I also have Unfamiliar, which I mentioned in the intro, and I'm so excited to read that, but I did decide to save it for Halloweeny time. Same with Geo by Junji Ito. So sorry, Josh, the book is still not coming back to you, but I am going to read it hopefully in the darker, spooky months. So that did very much help with my reading slump, because just the achievement of finishing a book is the boost that I need to pick up something else. So that was great, and that book was stunning. Step 3 was my rogue one, because step 3 was non-fiction, and I read The Radium Girls. And did this work? Hell yes, this worked. I was so invested in the story. I think it helped that it was a subject that I've been so interested in for so long, but had just never picked up the book. So when I finally got to reading it, I was so excited to understand everything that happened and to make notes. It felt like I was studying again, but for a subject that I'm actually invested in and interested in. Shocking. But yeah, making the notes, highlighting. It was very dark academia, but with a macabre subject, and I loved it. The book is brilliant, I will say that. Then step 4 is where we went a little bit askew, because that was supposed to be a thriller book, and what I read I don't think was a thriller. I'd already paid for the ebook by that point, so we were reading it. And it worked, because it did say it was a chilling page turner, and it was a page turner. I was very interested to see where the story went, and I was invested in the characters, so I read it very quickly. I think it maybe only took me 2 days to read, which I'm very impressed with if I'm in a reading slump. So it did work, but I would actually be interested to read a genuine recommended thriller. And so I think I asked in an earlier clip, but just as a reminder, if you are a thriller reader and you have any really good recs for ones that will keep me super hooked, super page turners, I'm open to anything in that genre because I don't really know what I like, so please drop your recs down below if you have any. Thank you. Step 5. Now step 5 was the reread. And I don't know. The jury is still out. I'm not overly convinced that I enjoyed rereading it, and that's not because of the book, because the book is honestly stunning. It is the most disgusting, visceral book I think I've ever read in a really beautiful way. And I picked up on a lot of other things this time around that I didn't notice the first time around, which I guess is why people reread books. That's the same reason why I rewatch TV shows. I can rewatch Gilmore Girls even now and notice something in the background that I've not seen, even though I've watched it 30, 40 times through. I love that. I love revisiting something that I loved before. So it would stand that I would like to reread a book. But for some reason this just dragged for me a little bit, and it's a very short book, but I found myself not really wanting to pick it up because I was like, well, I already know how it ends. Which is so strange. I don't quite understand how I love rewatching something but hate rereading, so I don't think that's actually accurate. So I am going to try rereading something else and see how I get on with that. I definitely do want to reread the Emily Wilde series because I think that I'm so invested in those characters that I really would love to restart the series knowing where it ends up. No spoilers right now. So I might try doing that. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go and I'll get back to you. But I do think that maybe rereading something different might have a better outcome. I think maybe the problem with The Salt Grows Heavy was that maybe it is because it's such a short book. I wasn't overly invested in the characters to start with. I was more invested in the story itself. So rereading it for a second time, yeah, I'm picking up on things I didn't pick up on before, and I'm remembering how beautiful Cassandra Clare's writing is, but I'm not that invested in the characters themselves. Hope that makes sense. I'm still, I'm just not sure. The jury is just out on that one, so I just need to try again. That's the solution. But overall, wow. Okay, what a success. We are halfway through the month, and I think I've read 5 books so far. That was just a guess. I just plucked a number out of the sky and said it with my whole chest. I can't remember how many books I've read this month, but I feel like I am back to reading. And it does help that, have I mentioned I've broken my foot? Okay, I'm a broken record as well. It does help that I am home a lot because I kind of have to be. I'm on house arrest. I'm not allowed to go anywhere or drive anywhere or do anything. But it does mean that I can read a lot of books, so I am getting stuck back in to the joy of reading. So they go hand in hand together and it is very much helping, but I would not put step 6 as break your foot so that you can get out of a reading slump. 0 out of 10, would not recommend. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. As I said earlier, if you have any thriller recs, if you have any ideas for future slump solvers, because I don't imagine this will be the last, please drop them in the comments down below. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in a video very, very soon. Bye!
Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to